Hello there, this is Software Sensei. Welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, let's look at the user input in JS. So user input is where a function that takes the user input and returns it to as a string. So normally in a website, you enter a form and it will display input username. So and also it will return it as a string. So using a function, you can now implement the input and so that a user can enter their username with their other details in. And to do this, you use a built-in Java function, which is prompt. And it's used for a dialog box that can return a specified message and returns value from the user input. Okay, so here's the prompt message and used for the console log. So here's the easy way as an example. Window prompt, enter your username. And this is the complex way, is by using the HTML input field, which is here. We'll be demonstrating, looking through it later. Okay, so to do this, let's enter the declaration format. So let username, and we use this one as a declaration format. And we're gonna assign it to username, this time called username, and click on window prompt, and we'll say enter your username, and we'll console.log with the username. And this is how you enter the window prompt. So we use the declaration format, and we use now we can now use it to assign the variable for username, and inside the parentheses you use a string, and console log with the variable here. So then, okay, let's refresh and see what we have got. Oh, sorry, I forgot to link out my script.js. There we go. So let's enter my username. I'll say software sensei. That's my username. Okay, and there we go. We have a text called software sensei. Pretty cool, right? Here is a form demo using HTML. And for demonstration purposes, you can choose any name. I've created a h1 header tag on hello, and this time I label for the username, which is I call it username. So actually, let's not use label for because we already know that it's username, so we don't have to label it again twice. Let's just put as label. Okay, let's edit. There we go. Okay, so we edited the label tag on username, and we specified the input type, which is called text, and the placeholder username ID username. So we use the input literal as well, the text that is used for form and all other data to enter form in, and break out the text. Then we use the button, so submit. So button, let's use as submit button, and we'll specify as submit. Actually, let's not use the tab because it's already in there. We can just use button. That's it. And yeah, there we go. Now the button has been it's there. We can just break the text. Yeah, there we go. Now is look good. Actually, we're gonna implement the password later, but now for now on we use the username to now this time demonstrate. So this is for demo purposes. Okay, so I've created the ID for the input and for the button, where I called it name on the input ID and submit on the button ID. The purpose for it is to create the ID in the JavaScript and using it to request the user to submit the button by using the console log. So in this case, let's use the functionality for the username and the submit. Okay, cool. So let's create the document. So to do this, we use the declaration format. So as username, comma, and here we'll call it document.get element by the ID that we are calling. So document is the full HTML template, and the ID we're getting here is the ID that I've just created. So let's use the button on the submit. So let's call it submit, and we use the onClick attribute. So onClick method and equals to function self parentheses and the curly braces. We use the curly braces to generate the username here. So in the function, we will call this one here the username. So that's what we're collecting. And here we'll display document dot get element by ID. So we get the username or the name. Could call this one name as the ID dot value. Okay, so the value here. So the value and also dot value as the method. Okay, so here's the value, and we'll use console dot log to return the message. So username. Okay, so here's the functionality for the username that we created here. So let's test it out using the console log to see if it's working. So software synthesize submit. There we go. Now this time is now being submitted, and this is how you create the username for the user input. Okay, and I can enter a different username, which is user, and this comes out different. And yeah, so also subscribe. So that's another username. So you can create any username by using this functionality, but I'm using this one as a demonstration purposes. But normally in JavaScript, it helps the functionality to help make it work, of course, using the onClick attribute and the element by ID. I'm going to wrap up this video today. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to hit a like, subscribe, comment, turn your notification bells so you don't miss a video. This is your boy. I'm out. Peace.